Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Spotify, Recoil TV, Rumble, and 20% off all green gear. Promo code FATHER, all caps, 20% off all green gear. New designs, promo code FATHER. Damn it, Will Smith. Damn it. Why did you do this? Why did you create this environment, William? Well, people think they can just jump up on stage with comedians and do shit and assault them. What am I talking about? I couldn't believe this shit, but it ended so much better. So Dave Chappelle was on stage doing a show. So the Netflix is a joke tour. I guess it was him and a bunch of other comedians. He's on stage towards the end of his set. I will put a link in the description box so you can see this shit. You can also see a picture of the assailant after. He rushes the stage and tries to tackle Dave Chappelle. Now, Dave Chappelle, he's a big dude. I don't know how buff he is still, but a few years back, he got all swole up like on his first Netflix special. Big dude. So the guy tries to football tackle him. He tries to Terry the Office linebacker, Dave Chappelle, on stage. But Chappelle, I don't know if he saw him. I guess he saw him just in time. He kind of turned with him. So the guy didn't get the full hit and the double leg takedown that he wanted. And so because people, they take their phones because they don't want them to tape it. So some people must have had some bootleg shit. So there's different angles that they put together. And there's a couple seconds of a frame where you can see the guy trying to tackle him. And then there's some where you can see what must be LAPD or LA County Sheriff's kind of the uniform officers got the guy kind of backstage. There's a big group of people by the curtains of the stage in the back behind the performers. And so Jamie Foxx jumped up there to help battle the dude when he went after Dave Chappelle. And so, because after this happened, Chappelle finished his set. He got back on stage, or he remained on stage. So he didn't get hurt. The only person that got hurt was the assailant, which is great, which is what I wish would have happened in the Chris Rock, Will Smith scenario. What if Chris Rock, was hanging out with Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan was like, hey, let me hook you up with this Brazilian whoever, and let me get you, the ability to fight, because I guess Chris Rock had been bullied a lot in his life and shit. But what if he decided to hang out with somebody with the last name Gracie, and he knew some shit, and he balled at Will Smith and choked his ass out or armbarred him on stage? That would have been beautiful. But the guy attacks him. Jamie Foxx hops up on stage. There's a scuffle and shit backstage. Dave Chappelle comes back out. They're joking about it. Chris Rock gets up on stage and grabs the mic and goes, was that Will Smith? I mean, the shit was hilarious. Chappelle was cracking jokes. It was good. And he said, I've been doing this 35 years. I just stomped a nigga out backstage. But perfect. Good. I'm glad the dude got stomped out. Who the fuck do you think you are to go up on stage and put your hands on somebody because you don't like what they're saying? Have you never watched a comedy special? Have you never been to a comedy show? They're going to say offensive shit, and it's funny. That's why we're all there. That's what makes it funny, is there's a little bit of truth to it, or sometimes a lot. But you know why you haven't heard anything about this guy? Come on, say it with me, guys. You know why they haven't plastered this dude's face all over every news outlet and every single social media platform there is. You know exactly why the blue checkmark perverts aren't all over this shit. Yes, that's right, guys. You guessed it. They got their color scope out and they lined it up. They got their give a shit color scope. And if the assailant's color matches with the victim, shit, we're about to blow it up. But in this case, all right, we got the victim. He's a POC. He's darker than a piece of printer paper. All right, so we got that. Victim, cool. They're the right shade. Now, perpetrator. Let's see. White. Okay, a little dark. It's scale when you're gonna scale the doctor's office and they tap that thing over till they get to the right weight. He's like, all right, he's not white. Never mind. He's black. Nobody cares. Pack it up, guys. They're both black. That's right. The perpetrator was a person of color. Therefore, nobody gives a shit. If he was white, it would be white supremacist charges black man on stage. It wouldn't even mention Dave Chappelle. White supremacist, white man attacks black comedian. But The good thing about it is the dude got his ass whooped, and I got a picture. I think I'll put up two. I'll put up like the actual footage, and then there's an article and the picture of the dude. They're loading him in the ambulance, and his arm is all fucked up. Like he's like this, and his arm looks like this. Like right here, his arm it's not right. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I don't wear a white coat. I don't even own any white coats. But I can tell you his arm is not supposed to be facing that way. Good. I heard that he got his arm dislocated and he got his wrist broken. He should have gotten more. You're a jackass. So they stomped him out. It was beautiful. Now, it's all about the wording, guys. The language. They attacked the language first. What did they put in the article? Man attacks Dave Chappelle on stage with gun-shaped knife. Now, was there a reason to mention the shape of the knife? It's a knife. It doesn't matter what shape it's in. It's a knife. Knives come in all kinds of different shapes. Straight blades, fold-up blades, tonto blades, serrated. You get whatever you want. All kinds of companies, all kinds of different shapes, but they're all knives. So if that doesn't fire any projectiles, that's not a gun. So why mention it was a gun-shaped knife? It doesn't matter what shape the pan is. If you pour cake batter in it and bake that shit, it's a cake. Doesn't matter what shape. I remember there was some ladies at the radio station I worked at. One of them had a bachelorette party. They had a dick-shaped cake. HR must have missed that one. They had a dick-shaped cake. Now, it was shaped like a dick, but it was cake. They wouldn't say, hey, guys, let's go order a dick to share. It's a cake. So it doesn't matter what shape it was. It's a knife, but they got to get that gun. Somebody had a gun. There was a gun somewhere near where it happened, so we got to work the gun in there because guns are the problem. Guns are the problem. We could just get the guns because these guns, what they do is, now my guns haven't done this. I don't know. Maybe I got the special guns. Maybe because I live in California, they took the mean part out of the guns and we got the nice safe guns. But I have loaded guns in my home and they're loaded all the time. And I've stood there in the doorway looking at my gun safe, waiting for the gun to pick the lock from the inside and come out and start shooting people on their own, but they just won't do it. I've even left it open. Maybe the gun can't work the lock. So if I leave the door open, for sure, that gun is going to jump out. Like it's going to be like Christine. It's possessed and it's going to start shooting me at any second. Nothing yet, guys. It just lays there. They just lay there all cold and metal with the bullets in them and they just sit there. They don't do shit. It's weird. I have to pick it up and then aim it and then press the trigger. Anyway, guys, you know how guns work. But they don't want to put the responsibility on the person, on the failure of the prison and jail system. It's the gun. So if we can just get rid of the gun, we will get rid of all the killing, and everybody will join hands in this massive circle if we're still allowed to after the sweet and sour sniffles pandemic. And we will all sing Kumbaya barefoot with daisies coming up between our toes. Get out of here with that shit. People are the problem. Guns are tools. Tools don't work unless a human picks them up and operates them. You may not have a gun. Do you have scissors? Do you have utensils? Do you have a screwdriver, a wrench, crescent wrench, or otherwise? Take it out, put a screw next to it, and put the screwdriver there. And see if the screwdriver gets up and grabs a screw and starts putting it in a wall somewhere. No, it doesn't work unless you pick it up and go like this. But there's enough dummies out there who listen to these fools. They probably don't even check in and see what they're saying. D, doesn't matter. But just know that the assailant had a gun-shaped knife. I know you thought it was a gun. You thought he'd run up there, open his coat, and that gun would just jump out, and start shooting everybody, but it didn't. It was just a gun-shaped knife. But that shit is wild. I saw that. I was like, oh, not again. Somebody rushed the stage, but it's good because the person who rushed the stage got their ass whooped. But they're telling me that black on black crime, that doesn't matter. But just know that so far, we've had 2 instances where a black man is on stage trying to make some money for his family, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, a dime, and a nickel. And another black man ran up there to impede his commerce. I would even trade that. Let's make it so Dave Chappelle didn't do anything, but Will Smith got his ass whooped backstage. That shit would be. Oh man, these people suck. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.